I wrote a book about the social and psychological reasons that lead some fathers to abandon their children. And there's a chapter in which I answer a question, which is, what do extreme cases really mean in family courts? As in, if a father is being stopped by the court from seeing their child, what do you mean by in extreme cases? Because the starting point to the court has is that in family law in England is that the child has the right to see both parents, but in extreme cases, as it says, they stop the father or a parent from seeing their child. So I'm going to read you what I say in the chapter. So the chapter is called, what do extreme cases really mean in family court? When people hear that family courts only deny fathers contact when they're let me repeat. When people hear that family courts only deny fathers contact with their children in extreme cases, it can feel like a vague and frustrating phase. What does extreme actually mean in practice? In UK family law, it refers to situations where contact with a parent would pose a real, substantial, and immediate risk of serious harm to the child, whether that harm is physical, emotional, or psychological. The threshold is set deliberately high because courts are cautious about cutting off a child's relationship with a parent. This system is built on the assumption that children benefit from having both parents in their lives, so the evidence has to be very strong to justify the complete denial of contact. One example of an extreme case is when a child has suffered direct physical harm. This might include physical abuse such as hitting, shaking, or sexual abuse, or situations of severe neglect where the child's basic needs are not being met. If a parent has a history of violence or serious criminal behavior that places the child's safety at risk, the court is far much more likely to stop contact altogether. These are the kinds of cases where judges feel the danger is too great to justify any relationship. Another example is where there is evidence of severe emotional or psychological harm. Children do not need to be physically hit to be damaged by a parent's behavior. Being forced to witness extreme domestic violence, constant threats, or ongoing coercive control can be traumatizing. If a child is showing signs of fear, anxiety, or psychological distress that are clearly linked to the abusive parent's behavior, the court may judge that harm is serious enough to end contact. So I hope that answers it. It's very, very, very difficult for courts to stop this, which is why for many women they say that domestic abuse and coercive control and abusers get away with a lot of stuff in this system.